Hi guys, today I will be showcasing this board game which is made by Golden Gear Press. I don't normally do these kind of sponsored videos, but I thought this one would be kind of fun. I thought it would be something fun to have if you brought your K-pop stan friends over and you'd have this game to play with them. Although I don't really have friends, so I don't know how this will work out for me. And I live alone, so. And speaking of that, since I'm kind of here by myself, I don't really have anyone to play the game with me, so I can't really play the game, but I can kind of go through the instructions and kind of show you how to play and just go through all the pieces and stuff. The game is called K-pop Becoming an Idol. I kind of briefly went through it. It's kind of hard to play by myself, to be honest, so we can like go through like how it kind of works. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. So this is the box right here. I kind of took everything out. This is just the empty box, but this is what the outside looks like. This is kind of like the pre-production copy. So it didn't really come with instructions, but I have the instructions on my phone that I can go through. So yeah, this is kind of like what it contains. So each player will receive their own 10 by 10 player mat. As you travel around the board, use your player mat to track your skill points and skill shards, collect fan cards and clothing cards, and place the evaluation token you need to win the game. And that is the content, so all written right there. So yeah, we can just go through everything individually. So that is the box right here. Ages 14 and up. You need 2 to 5 players, and it takes about 40 to 60 minutes to play the game fully. So yeah, that is that. So as you see, I'm only one person, so I can't really play the game. We'll go through all of the board game pieces. We have one game board. Let me just bring it out. So that's this right here. You just unfold it like a normal, a normal board game. I might have to bring my camera up a little bit. So there's like 4 different sections. Vocal, dance. Okay, I'll have to bring my camera up. I don't want to bring it up any further because it's kind of hard to see, but the top one is rap and fans. Can you see that? So then you also have 1 movement dice, which is right here, and 5 player mats, which are these right here. Wait, where's the other one? It's behind me. So you got these 5 player mats, and this is what the back looks like. So each player would use one of these throughout the game. 5 colored pawns, which are these right here. So you can choose the color you'd want. There's green, yellow, pink, red, and blue. So those are the pawns. 5 evaluation tokens. These right here, this is what they look like. 95 skill cubes, and they're in various colors. I have the bag right here. I took some of them out, like the ones I would use if I was a player, but yeah, they look like this. Here's what they look like. So these are the different colors. 80 story cards. Okay, there's a bunch of different cards. After looking through them, I believe these are the story cards. It's the biggest stack. And this is what the back looks like. So I guess whatever card you pick up, what's written on the back is what you're getting. So they're obviously all different. I guess I can kind of show. Oh, I don't want to show each one. That would take forever. But yeah, here's just like an example of some of them. Yes, 28 store cards. These are the store cards, and they are just like clothing material. This would be clothing that goes to your legs, your head, feet. Oh, okay. Okay, let's just see if there's body. You know, this one you wouldn't get many like points for that because it's only 1. That's only 1, 2, you know. I think it's up to 3, so those are the store cards. They're very glossy and super slippery, but that's nice. I like that quality. 35 fan cards. These are the fan cards. So this is what they look like. 2 fan points, 2 fan points, 3 fan points. Did I even shuffle this that well? I think it's up to 3 fan points. Yeah, so that's like the highest you can get for fan points. 10 trainee cards. These are the trainee cards, 10 of them. And these are the different trainees you can pick. When I was playing by myself, this is the one I picked. I thought she looked really cute. She kind of reminds me of a K-pop idol. I'm not sure who yet, but like she reminded me of someone. I was like, I'm gonna pick that one. Because I believe you pick the one you want for when you're starting, but this is what all of the trainees look like. And very last, for the game contents, there are 10 evaluation cards, and that is this right here. I'm not really explaining, I'm just kind of showing like the game pieces right now. So yeah, because as I said, it was really hard for me to play by myself, so it's kind of hard for me to explain how to play, like, unless I'm reading you the instructions, because I'm by myself. It's basically impossible to play by yourself. You really need someone, at least one other person. So if you're getting this game, make sure you'll have people to play with. So that's basically all of the game contents, and now I'll kind of like read the setup and everything. So the setup, you have to shuffle the story, fan, evaluation, and clothing card decks. Set the evaluation cards in the center of the board and place the other cards within easy reach of all the players. So the evaluation cards would go in the center. So you would take these off. These would just sit in the center here. You can't really see this because of my studio lighting, I'm sorry. And you also place the evaluation tokens in a pile where all the players can reach them, which are these token things. Each player begins the game with one player mat. So that's one of these. Everyone gets one of those. And one pawn. So you pick your color. I'm going to pick the blue one. And one red skill cube. There's not that many red ones, so everyone gets one little red little cube thing. Here's the red one. And then you get 6 each for the blue, green, and purple skill cubes. So I kind of already like took out my pile, like just grabbed all my, whoops, okay, now I'm losing all the pieces. So that's what you're starting off with. And place all 10 of the trainee cards face up in front of the players, starting with the youngest player and passing to the left. Each player should choose one trainee card to represent them for the rest of the game. Set aside unused trainee cards. So as I was showing earlier, the trainee cards, you just pick the one you would prefer to have. So I chose this one, and everyone else can choose their trainee card, and then that's your card, that's you as a trainee, I guess, and then set all the rest to the side. I guess we can move this kind of to the side so you can see this in frame. Each player should place their new trainee card face up in the space marked trainee on their player mat. That's obviously right here, so you would just sit that right there. Each player should read their trainee's skill points located at the bottom of their trainee card. Using the proper color skill cube, record the trainee points on the dance, vocal, rap, and visual areas on their player mat. These are the trainee's starting skill points. Place remaining cubes to the left of the player mat. So you would obviously read what your trainee's skills are. So mine has a 2 in dance, 1 rap, 3 vocal, and 2 visual. So you would just place the cubes on the respective categories. So for dance, that one is blue, and mine was 2 in dance, I think. I'll put 2 blue cubes, and mine is a 3 in vocal, and a 1 in rap. I'm not too sure about the visual part though, because we only have 1 cube each, but mine's a 2 in visual, so I can only put 1 red cube down. I was always kind of confused what I would do with that, so I guess I'll just put 1 for now. Players may now place their pawn on any of the 4 diamond starting spaces on the board. The spots are this one, this one, this one, and this one. Players should consider carefully which skill they'd like to improve first before placing their pawn. Multiple players may choose to start on the same diamond space if they wish. So I am obviously lacking in rap, so I would want to start in the rap section. So I will just place it on that star. Okay, so that's basically like the setup, and I will just kind of go through, like if you were to go on each space, I'll kind of like explain what you do on each space, like which one you land on. The board is divided up into 4 colored sections: blue for dance, green for vocal, purple for rap, and red for the fan section. Each section determines what skills the player will be training and also determines what skills you'll be testing if you land on any special spaces. Each of those sections has 2 paths a player can travel down as they train. One is a long, dedicated training session with guaranteed rewards, while the shorter path is more like an accelerated course with a chance of success or failure. While a player can continue to re-enter the same path in the same section over and over if they wish, a good trainee knows that it's a balance of all the skills that will impress the judge at evaluation. Skill points and skill shards represent the long hours spent training and preparing for evaluation. Players will earn skill points by combining skill shards of the same color with 5 shards equaling 1 skill point. Players can continue earning skill points until they reach the maximum of 10. Cards can cause players to lose skill shards, but a player can never lose a skill point. This is what they're referring to with the shards. So like if you picked up this one, you'd get +2 dance shards, choose another trainee, +1 vocal shards each, -1 rap shards. That would suck for me because I'm already lacking in rap, and +2 dance shards. So this is kind of like what it's referring to. The evaluation token is necessary to enter the center of the board, face the judge at the evaluation, and win the game. This token is earned by acquiring 4 fan cards, which proves that you are skilled and popular enough to be worthy of the judge's time. Fan cards are right here, so I showed those earlier. Fan cards represent the people who have loved your performances and want to see you succeed. Players can earn up to 4 fan cards, always placing them face down without looking at them on their spaces on the player mat. Fan cards range in value from 1 to 3, and they will prove extremely valuable during evaluation. Once the player has acquired 4 fan cards, they can earn an evaluation token, and they are given 2 new options when they draw a fan card. Draw the fan card and look at it. The player can then either discard the new card or replace an old fan card with the new one, placing the new card face up. Or instead of drawing a card, the player can flip over one of the fan cards on their player mat face up to see the value. So this is how to win the game. Number 1, acquire 4 fan cards, any of which can be face down or face up. This earns them an evaluation token. So you have to earn up to 4 of these fan cards. This would earn you one of these evaluation tokens. Number 2, roll and move into the center of the board via any of the diamond spaces and spend their evaluation token. Number 3, flip over an evaluation card to see what skills the judge requires of the player. If the combined value of their skills on their player mat and the support from their fans are greater than or equal to the numbers on the evaluation card, that player wins the game and becomes the next great K-pop idol. My game didn't come with instructions. I just have like what's written on this right here. So it's kind of hard for me to explain how to really start the game. I'm just kind of guessing. I've never really played this before, so I'm just gonna guess you are starting with the dice. You are ready to play. Play starts with the youngest player and passes to the left. So the youngest player would roll the dice. I will read what you do when you get to the contest section. Everyone competes in this test of skill. Check your player mat for the skill that matches the color of the contest space. Then place a cube on the contest tracker equal to the skill being tested, which is this right here. The player who landed on the contest space rolls the dice and adds their roll to their total on the contest tracker. So you just roll the dice again, and then whatever number you get, you add that here to your contest tracker up at the top there. The player on their left does the same, and so on, until all players have rolled the dice and added to their contest tracker. The player with the highest score wins the contest. In the event of a tie, all tied players reset their contest tracker to its original value and roll again until one player has the highest score. The winner earns a matching skill color point and 1 fan card, so whoever wins that will get to pick up one of the fan cards. And since I'm in the rap section, then I would win like a point for rap, so I would add one of these on. So say I won, then I would just add one of these onto my board. I only had one, so then I would add a second one. That is what I'm understanding. I'm hoping that is right. I've never played this before. I'm kind of just going off of these instructions here. So that's if you landed on the contest section. Pretend I landed on salon just to like show you. Time for a trim. The salon has many stylists available to give you the perfect hairstyle, but you never know who you'll get. A player who lands on the salon space should roll the dice, which will determine the outcome as follows. So if you get a 1 or 2 on the dice, the stylist is new and does an okay job. You gain 0 visual points. But if you get a 3, 4, or 5 on the dice, the stylist gets your styling just right, then you gain 1 visual point. But if you get a 6, the stylist adds a hair color that is just perfect and you gain 2 visual points. And if you landed, get salon again. If you landed on the store, can you see that? Yeah, okay, you can see it. If you landed on store up there, it is your responsibility as a trainee to manage your own unique visual style and prepare your outfit for your evaluation. So naturally, you'll need to visit the clothing store for some more fashionable clothing. Draw a clothing card and place it on the matching space on the player mat. So I'm just going to pick up a clothing card right here, and I got this one. It's only 1 point. So I would just put that is for body. So you would just place that right there on your mat. Let me just move this so you can see it better. If a card is already in that same space, choose which card to keep and discard the other. If I already had one and it was like 2 or 3, I would just discard the one I pulled because it's only 1. Clothing cards have a value from 1 to 3. The higher the value, the more it impresses the judge. Players may not exchange clothing cards, so you just have to keep what you pull unless you had pulled another one, as I said. If you landed on this, it says roll again, so you'd obviously have to roll again. Next one is right here, which says solo stage, so I will read what you have to do when you get to that one. It's time to show the local crowd what you can do. Only the player who landed on this space is part of this performance. In this event, the player should roll the dice and add the number rolled to their skill point total for the color of the space their pawn landed on. If the player's score is equal to or greater than 7, they succeed in impressing the crowd. For example, a player lands on a solo stage space in dance. They only have a dance skill of 2. This means that they have to roll at least 5 to impress their audience. However, if they have a dance skill of 5, they would only need to roll a 2 to succeed. If a player succeeds in impressing their audience, they gain 1 fan card. So if I rolled the dice right now, I got 4. I would add 4 cubes to wrap, so now I'm like wrap queen. And that actually used up all of my wrap, like it used up all of my purple cubes, so I can't add any more to that. And as I said, if the player's score is equal to or greater than 7, they succeed in impressing the crowd, and mine is over 7. I did exceed in impressing the audience. Since I did impress the audience, then I would pick up 1 fan card, so I'm just gonna pick that up right now. Okay, I just dropped it. And if you landed on a blank space, which is nothing, it says, just a normal day, but of course you're a trainee, so even a normal day is pretty spectacular. Time to see how your training is going today. So basically you just don't really do anything. So if you landed on that one right there, skill point, I forgot, when you pick up one of the fan cards, you just add that here under fan. I forgot to mention, when you start here on the star, you pick up a story card. These are the points you will add to your little like sections there. So I would add 2+ for dance, 1 for vocal. I would -1 rap, and 2 for dance. If you land on contest, forgot to cover that one. Everyone competes in this test of skill. Check your player mat for the skill that matches the color of the contest space, and then place a cube on the contest tracker equal to the skill being tested. So that's that up there. Since I'm in the rap section, I would take one of the purple ones and add it. The player who landed on the contest space rolls the dice and adds their roll to their total on the contest tracker. The player on their left does the same, and so on until all players have rolled the dice and added to their contest tracker. The player with the highest score wins the contest. In the event of a tie, all tied players reset their contest tracker to its original value and roll again until one player has the highest score. The winner earns a matching color skill point and 1 fan card. So that's like another one of those competitions you do with each of the members. If you land on that, it's like a battle kind of, and whoever wins will get one of the fan cards. So let's say I won again and I got 2 fan points, then you just add that right there. There's a section way over here in fans called upload. So if you land on that, it says, in upload, the player prepares a video performance for the world to see. In this event, use whichever of the player's 3 skills, dance, vocal, or rap, is the lowest in skill point total. Roll the dice, and if the combined total of the dice roll and player's skill point total is equal to or greater than 7, they have impressed their fans and they win 1 fan card. Currently, I'm the lowest in dance. I would choose that one. So then I would roll the dice and see what I get. So I only got 1. So that didn't really impress anyone. Since that didn't really impress the audience, I don't gain any fan points. But if I gained more than up to 7, because I'm already low anyways, I only have 2 there. So if I gained 1, so that's 3, and that didn't impress anyone, so I don't get a fan card. But if I got up to 7, then I would win a fan card. So that's basically all of the places that you land on. So I'll just read the long version of how to win the game, so hopefully you can understand. So you think you're ready to become a K-pop idol? The final obstacle to your goal is your trainee evaluation, where the judge will see if you've got what it takes. Will you prove that your skills are ready? Will your fans inspire you to victory? Earn your evaluation token and head to the center of the board and see. Evaluation is the last step before a player wins the game and is crowned the next great K-pop idol. To meet the judge and begin evaluation, a player must head for the center of the board, which can be entered from any of the 4 diamond spaces. In order to gain entrance to the center evaluation space of the board, the player spends their evaluation token and draws an evaluation card. At this point, a crowd of fans gather to watch the performance, so flip over all of the players' face-down fan cards to represent the cheering crowd. Oh, so you're not supposed to show this. I'm sorry. You were never supposed to show that. They were always supposed to be face down, and then in the end you flip them up during the evaluation to see like how you're doing. The evaluation card presents the judges' high standards for the players' skills in dance, vocal, and rap, as well as their management of visual style. To begin, the player will compare the dance skills on their player mat to the judge's requirement of the card. If their skill is greater than or equal to the judge's standard, move on to the next skill and do the same. If a player's skill is not high enough, they must hope that the fans can inspire them to carry on. The player should add the value of any fan card to their score in order to meet the judge's requirement. Although multiple fan cards can be played to improve one skill, each fan can only be played to improve a single skill, and after that they cannot be used for any others. Continue the performance from dance to vocal to rap, adding fan cards as necessary to make it to the end where the visual style is judged. The player should add their visual score from their player mat, the point values from all of their clothing cards, as well as any remaining fan cards to see if they can prove their ability to manage their unique visual style. If the player meets all 4 requirements, they impress the judge and win the game. If the player fails to meet those requirements, they must place their pawn back on one of the diamond spaces and head back out onto the board to train harder. The player must also discard any 2 of their fan cards, keeping any other fan cards on their player mat face up. To re-enter evaluation, the player must earn a new evaluation token. Discard the evaluation card as well. The next trainee will have to overcome their own judge. So this is what an evaluation card looks like. It's kind of hard for me to like really show how to play because I don't really have anyone to play and kind of showcase. I feel like it would be easier once you get your board game and you have your instructions, because I don't really have any real instructions with me, but I'm kind of just showcasing the board game. So I feel like once you have the game in your hands and you get it all set up and you have everyone with you, it will be easier. I hope that wasn't too confusing. It took me like a really long time to like kind of get the hang of this, because I haven't played a board game in 10 years, so I'm kind of like new to this. Here's kind of like what it looks like. Maybe you can screenshot this if you didn't really understand me reading it out loud. Here are the instructions all written out, and same with like the explanations for each of the like spaces you can land on. I kind of just read everything out loud, and hopefully this would be fun for anyone that actually wants to try the game out. If I'm able to get someone to play with me, that would be great. It's hard for me to understand this without having someone to play with me, but I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys check out this board game and maybe get one for yourself. I will leave all of the links below, and where you can get the game and everything. All of that will be in the description, so if you're interested, check that out. That would be everything. Thanks for watching. Bye!